Hey guys, Michael here from michaelsherlock.com. A lot of the criticism you hear of the iPad is, why would I buy one? I can basically get a netbook that will do more for less. What I'm about to show you is going to make you really consider your options, because the netbook is really a limited platform. But just a little bit of background. The iPad runs starts at $499, and this is the Lenovo IdeaPad S10, runs about $360. So you're going to be paying a little bit more for the iPad. But let's just compare these two devices. So the first thing I want to do is portability. You're going to be bringing these devices with you all the time to use them on the go. So the iPad is 1.5 pounds, and if you get the 3G model, it's 1.6 pounds. Made out of aluminum. It's very solid, very skinny, as you can see. And the IdeaPad is actually, this is around the average weight for a netbook, 3.5 pounds. It's not as skinny, has this bulky battery here. And in terms of battery life, this battery is supposed to last, it's a 6-cell battery, this extension right here. And it lasts a good chunk of time. I've gotten 5-6 hours out of it. The Apple iPad battery, you don't have any extruding accessory coming out of it. And I found it to be much better than that, lasting 10 hours, even 12 hours, depending on use. And overnight, when I've left it, it's only lost, according to the battery indicator, maybe 1% at the max. So standby time, it's really, really efficient. So let's just hold these two bad boys up against each other. You can see the iPad is a little bit shorter and a little bit, well, significantly thinner. So in terms of portability, clearly the iPad is the better choice. Now, these things, you need to use them, and if you're just whipping it out of your backpack because you're late to class, boot up time is going to be pretty important. So, I'm going to try to do these at the exact same time. So there we go. Now this is only resuming Windows. So they're both ready at almost the exact same time, and of course the iPad itself is directly booting from cold, and the IdeaPad over here is actually resuming Windows. So clearly the iPad is a faster boot, because when this comes from a cool start, and I just didn't want to waste your time by showing it to you in the video, but from a cold start the iPad is significantly quicker. So one of the biggest things you're going to be doing with a netbook is connecting to the internet. Both of these support Wi-Fi, and they're both connected to the same network. So let's open up the web browsers. And let's bring both of these to Google. So let's just compare a simple search here. Let's search on both of these, me. So we'll type that in there. And of course, you'd be quicker, but this is a weird angle. And they're both done at almost the same time, which is pretty good. So now let's try a different web page. Let's say you wanted to get your news at the New York Times, which I believe is nytimes.com. And we're going to click go. Okay, so the netbook is still going, according to the spinner. The iPad is finished, and they're both finished. So let's just take a look at browsing experience then, now that we're at this complex page. Of course, we know all about the iPad. Easy to use browser. You can easily move around. And if you wanted to watch a video, play without lag. And you could easily click on anything. So Marlins Johnson, you can click on that. Really a really great browsing experience. Now let's do the same for the iPad here. So let's say the browsing experience is clearly not as good. You have to use the keys here, the directional keys. So let's just try to look, this video is lagging behind. The page is freezing when I'm trying to go down. And let's click on the same article. It's definitely not as quick and easy of a browsing experience as the iPad is. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is taking notes. Clearly you're going to be taking notes with your iPad if you bring it to college or your job or whatever the case may be. Now, for this you could get Microsoft Word. That would cost some money. You could get Open Office, which I don't have installed right now. But I'm just going to do text edit, or excuse me, Notepad. And over here I'm just going to do notes. And just a new note. So note taking, basically you're comparing the text input. Netbook keyboards are notoriously bad. They've improved since the netbook niche first launched, but they are not very good at all. Okay, well, not very good at all. With the iPad, what's nice is you can use a Bluetooth external keyboard, which some netbooks support, of course, but I really like the way this is designed. So if you want to hold it in this orientation, your thumbs can almost reach anywhere, so you can type as if you were on a cell phone. And as you can see, on a cell phone. But if you put it into this orientation, and you're sitting on a desk or a table, you can put it down into widescreen and type almost like it was a regular keyboard. And it does it really quick, really easy, and really accurately. So in terms of note-taking, I think the iPad probably wins that category. And last but not least, I just want to compare video playback. So I've opened up YouTube on both, and we're going to try to play back the same video, an iPad customization video about backgrounds in the digital picture frame mode. I've already preloaded it into the browser of the netbook. So I'm just going to click. That's all changed. You have full customization in terms of the backgrounds of each. So I'll just show you how you set that. On the iPhone and iPod Touch, you were able to change the background of the lock screen, but not of your home screen. And then from settings, on the iPad, that's all brightness and wallpaper. You have full customization in terms of the background. Turn auto brightness on. I suggest auto brightness if you don't do that already. And then you have wallpapers here. So what I was trying to do when I was showing you is just show you quality and you know, being able to continue to use the device. So with the iPad, when we were watching the video, I was able to easily move around, look at comments, related videos, etc. Whereas with the netbook, I was having trouble just navigating around the page and getting it to move. I was using the up and down arrows and it wasn't moving. And it was also a little bit laggy and juddery on the netbook. Now, of course, one of the downsides is you can't multitask on the iPad. But judging by this, what else would you do? This is really lagging and struggling to play this video. And of course, the iPad version is playing the optimized, higher quality version, when this is just playing the standard 360p version on the netbook. So you really can't multitask on a netbook. You have the option, and if you're doing some light work, you can. But if you're watching a video, you can't minimize the video and expect to type something in Microsoft Word without your computer lagging behind. So I would say multitasking, I guess you have to give a little bit of an edge to this device because it supports it. But the iPad, I think, won video playback pretty easily. I've done similar tests just playing video in the Videos app and playing in Windows Media Player, and the iPad won with similar results. So I'm Michael Sherlock from michaelsherlock.com. This is a comparison between the Apple iPad and the Lenovo IdeaPad S10, which is representing the netbook category as a whole. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.